Hello guys, how are you doing? Today we're going to be going over the order of operations and how to use them to evaluate and solve some algebraic expressions. So in order to remember the order of operations, we're going to do something you might have heard of. It's called PEMDAS. And also remember it with the phrase, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And what does this mean? This is the order of the steps we're going to use to simplify some of these equations. First step is parentheses. Second step is exponents. The third step here is multiplication and division, which we're going to do left to right. And finally, the fourth step, addition and subtraction, which we are also going to do left to right. And that's it. These are the only 4 steps you need to know to be able to solve any order of operations problem. Quickly, let's go over why we need to solve these from left to right using our multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Let's say we have 12 divided by 3 times 4. A lot of students here would like to start with the multiplication because it's something they're more used to. However, let's see what happens when we do that. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 12 gives us 1. 1 would be your solution. However, when we do this correctly, you'll see we get something different. 12 divided by 3, we get 4, times 4 is 16. This is the correct answer. This is incorrect. This is why it's important for our multiplication, division, and our addition and subtraction that we go from left to right, just like reading a book when we're solving these problems. So let's jump on into a problem and try to solve it. Let's get an easy one to start. Say we have 30 minus 14 divided by 2. You can go ahead and write down, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. If you're ever forgetting your steps, I recommend you write this down for every problem. It'll help you remember it, and eventually you'll be able to do it without it. But for now, it's helpful. So, step 1, parentheses. If you don't have any, we can move on to step 2, exponents. Again, we don't have any exponents. We can move on to step 3, multiplication and division, which we do have some here. 14 divided by 2. We can go ahead and solve that. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 30 minus 7. Then obviously here, the last step, addition and subtraction. We can go ahead, solve this. 23 is our solution. Does that make sense? We do the multiplication and division, then we go on to our addition and subtraction step. Go ahead and rewrite down this. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let's try this problem. I'm going to have 8 times 2 minus 4 squared plus 7 times 4. Now, where would we start this? Parentheses. Parentheses is step 1. We don't have to worry about these parentheses or these parentheses. These are just shorthand multiplication. If it helps, you can rewrite this as 7 times 4. That's all those parentheses mean. They're not important to the order of operations other than them being multiplication, both of these. So we're not going to worry about these parentheses here. However, brackets are just bigger parentheses. So right here, we are going to worry about this, and we're going to solve this area section first. You can go ahead and rewrite it. 8 times 2 minus 4 squared. So again, let's check for parentheses. And again, don't need to worry about these parentheses. It's just multiplication. So there's no parentheses. We're good here. We'll move on to our exponents, which we do have an exponent here, 4 squared. So we can go ahead and evaluate that. 8 times 2 minus 4 squared is 16. And our exponent section is done. Go on to step 3, multiplication and division. So 8 times 2, evaluate 16 minus 16. Obviously, we are going to get 0. This 0, we can then plug back in for this entire parenthesis right here. So our new equation will be 0 plus 7 times 4. And here we'll go back to the top. Parentheses, exponents, division, addition, subtraction. We'll go back to the top. Check for parentheses. There's none. We're good. Exponents. There's none. We're good. Next step, multiplication, division. Finish this out. We get 28. These problems are very simple. If you just remember the 4 steps, you can solve any order of operation problem you need to. Let's go ahead and try another one. Let's say we have 11 minus 8 over 1 plus 7 times 2. All right, you can go ahead and write down your steps. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So we will start with parentheses. Now it's important to note in these problems where you have a fraction like this, the numerator is understood to be in parentheses and the denominator is understood to be in parentheses. You don't have to write them in like I just did. However, just know that the numerator and denominator are two basically separate expressions that need to be solved individually. So we can go ahead and do that right now. The numerator, we get 11 minus 8. It's just 3. The denominator, we have 1 plus 7 times 2. We check for parentheses, there's none. Exponents, there's none. Multiplication, division comes first. So we will get 1 plus 14. We get 15. And that is our denominator. We go ahead and simplify this. Our solution is 1 over 5. You can write it down as a decimal if you'd like, same thing. So again, in these problems, just note that the numerator and the denominator both need to be solved individually. Let's try another problem here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Say it out loud till you never forget it. Let's say we have 24 divided by 6 plus 2 cubed times 4. All right, we're going to start at step 1, parentheses. There's no parentheses, we can move on. Step 2, exponents. We'll go and evaluate our exponent. We have 24 divided by 6 plus 2 cubed is 8 times 4. All right, check for any more exponents. We're good here, good here. We'll go on to our next step, multiplication and division. And again, this is just done left to right. So let's start on the left. 24 divided by 6 will give us 4 plus 8 times 4. Do that and we get 32. And then that is our multiplication division step done, and we finish the problem off. We get ourselves 36. If you remember these 4 steps, you are fine. Let's give one more problem a shot. Here we are going to have 108 divided by 3 times 9 plus 3 squared. Now again, let's go back. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Step 1, parentheses. So here we have this parenthesis here, 9 plus 3 squared. And we also have the bigger parentheses that enclose it, which is 3 times that. You are always going to want to start with the smallest, the most inside parentheses. And I'll show you why. Here are the big brackets again, just parentheses, bigger parentheses. They work the same, but we'll have 3 times 9 plus 3 squared. That is our parenthesis. Now, when we go through this again, our steps, we check step 1 again. Are there any parentheses? Yes, there are. We have 9 plus 3 squared. So we're going to go ahead and evaluate this. We check for parentheses again. We have none. We are good. Let's move on. Exponents, we have one. 9 plus 3 squared is 9. Exponents are done. We can move on. Multiplication, division, there's none. Move on. Addition, subtraction, we obviously solve 18. 18 can then be plugged back into these parentheses. You're going to have 3 times 18. And then you can go ahead and do all these steps again. Parentheses were good. Exponents were good. Multiplication, division. Solve this. We get 54. This can then be substituted back into the bigger parentheses beforehand. We'll have 108 divided by 54. This gives us 2. 2 will be our final solution here. And again, see how we did that? We had to start with the smallest parentheses we solved for. Then we went to the next parentheses and solved for it, which was this step here. Got 18. Plug that back into the bigger parentheses. We got 54. And then we solved the entire problem. All right, I hope you guys understand how the order of operations work. Remember the simple phrase, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We have step 1, parentheses, step 2, exponents, step 3, multiplication, division, step 4, addition, subtraction. And it's important to note that these ones are left to right. In parentheses, you always want to start on the innermost parentheses and build your way out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.